Okay. Yeah!
Yeah!
Welcome to Forever Talking, we talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore with my commentating partner and co-host, Nicholas. We're back in the studio. We're not doing no more Zoom shit today.
Not today.
We're back in our roots. It depends how lazy I am. Next week, that will dictate. Actually, I think I'm off now on Monday next week, so we'll have to film again.
Normal time.
In person. Yeah, our normal time. Well, it depends. Maybe I'm sleeping around then, you know. But we're back. We're here. We're in the studio, as you can see by this beautiful graphic that's going on currently behind us. To us, it just looks like a big green wall, but to you guys, it will look like an animation thingy. On today's episode of Forever Talking, we got some stuff to talk about. At the bottom of our list, we got the MISFITS 14 card because we have to talk about it.
Is that the one you sent me?
Yep.
All right.
It's a really good card, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, it is.
We're going to talk about the NFL because the draft is this week.
Oh, yeah.
The big draft. The draft of drafts. And then we're also going to be talking about the big one that happened on Saturday, Ryan Garcia versus
that's going to be fun.
Devin Haney. And that's probably going to be our main event. So first things first, going in, I sent you the card, right? The MISFITS card?
Yeah, but...
Did I screenshot it and just take a photo and send it to you?
I can probably just pull it up. You said MISFITS 14?
Yeah, I did. I got it. It's a pretty gosh dang good card, actually.
Oh, can you load?
Oh my God, fix your internet, man. Golly.
Hey, you see how the screen's cracked? Sometimes when I type, it just starts randomly typing. I tell you, it locked me out.
Yeah, you're gonna need a new phone.
It kept at 8, it just spans it real quick.
It's over. You're gonna need
I do.
You're gonna need a replacement here soon.
Yeah.
So MISFITS 14 is going to be taking off in London May 11th, and then they also announced MISFITS 15 after that, which is Elbrook versus I believe Paige Van whatever. It's Lily. So MISFITS 14 obviously coming off the back end of MISFITS 13. You're never going to find it on the website.
Yeah, I was realizing.
The website was put together by like Helen Keller.
Online student.
It's a big pain in the balls to find. But I'm gonna go through the card one fight after another. First things first, we got the MISFITS boxing heavyweight title, which is Tempo Arts versus Ben Knights. We got Argentinian King versus Meals with Max. I know nothing about that fight at all. King Kenny versus Adam Brooks. That's a big banger. Miss versus Ryan Taylor. That's a big banger. Julie Polka versus Barbie. That's a big banger. Saul Poppy versus Ferrari. That's a big banger as well.
We got Barbie back?
We do.
I remember her.
I believe in Barbie versus Julie Polka was going to be the women's main event for the Kingpin.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that's the case. Now, for the men's main event of Kingpin, Gibb versus King Kenny, we'll never get that ever. That's never going to happen, it seems.
Didn't Gibb retire?
Yeah. Until he doesn't, until somebody offers him enough money to come back. But right now, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. The MISFITS boxing heavyweight title, Tempo Arts versus Ben Knights. I don't know a lot about Ben Knights, but Tempo Arts is a dog. This is a big guy, big redhead guy to the left.
Right?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
With that guy?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen him before.
He's a sick fighter, really good fighter. He probably shouldn't be the heavyweight champion because he won it on the Prime card, I believe, beating Chase D'Amore. But like the only fight Chase D'Amore actually probably should have won, he won this one. But Tempo Arts is a dog.
Yeah.
Argentinian King versus Meals with Max. I know nothing about those two guys, but it's apparently a part of the lightweight, heavyweight, or the lightweight.
Your dog is spasming.
What
upstairs.
was that?
I think she fell off the couch.
That or she jumped off the couch because she saw somebody walking in the front door. It's a part of the MISFITS boxing lightweight tournament.
Meals with Max. That sounds like a charity.
I have no idea.
Max Holloway doing a charity now?
Yeah, could you imagine Max Holloway was fighting this? That'd be great. No, that's not happening. Yeah, I don't know anything about that one. All I know is it's a part of a tournament. King Kenny's versus Adam Brooks. King Kenny's back. I believe Adam Brooks is an actual fighter. And having King Kenny back is a good thing.
Yeah.
Surprised he's this low on the card. But I believe he lost his last fight.
Did he?
Yeah, he fought Anthony Taylor and lost.
Oh, that was a while ago. Was that on the big card?
I think that was the prime card.
Yeah.
That was the big stinker fight. Because,
Didn't Anthony Taylor just hug him or something?
Yeah. Same thing he did against Saul Poppy. Flailed.
Yeah. And then,
Flailed. Give him,
come here.
hugged him like that. Miss versus Ryan Taylor. Ryan Taylor's back after, I believe, severing his cornea against Swarms.
Yeah.
One punch KO for Swarms. I like Ryan Taylor. Well, I mean, depends, your opinion on Ryan Taylor. I think he's cool to watch fight.
I think he's good for the fighting scene.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I would want to be friends with him.
No, probably not. But, I think that he's fun to watch fight.
Yeah.
The fight that he had with Slim like a year ago when Misfits was just kicking off.
Yeah,
we remember that one.
That's how we knew his injury was real, the last one.
Yeah, because he fucking fought through his face was broken in the Slim fight. Awesome. I don't know. I don't really know who Mist is, but Ryan Taylor, glad he's back. So, the big three that are back, I mean, there's four really, all the fights on here I really fuck with besides the Argentinian King and Meals with Max, but I just don't know this
I
two.
don't want to watch Meals with Max fight.
You're just curious.
Yeah.
We're just curious to see what happens. Julie Polka versus Barbie for the Misfits Boxing Female Cruiserweight title.
That's these two up here?
Yep. That's, of course, I believe was the Kingpin Women's main event. To my knowledge, that's what it was supposed to be. I believe Julie Polka beat Elle Brooke in that tournament.
It was a year ago that was on.
She's the Brazilian, right?
I can't remember.
I think that she's... Because it was Winterson, Nunes, and it was a Brazilian female.
Yeah.
And the Brazilian female drew Hellas as well.
That's because Brazil's just crazy.
Yeah, Brazil loves her people.
Yeah, if you're from the USA, we almost hate you.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want you to succeed. And then Saul Poppy getting his first main event against Ferrari. Ferrari, I believe, he's either a bare knuckle fighter or he's some UFC. He's a fighter. All I know he's a fighter.
Dang, Saul Poppy keeps getting these hard guys.
I mean, that's on him because he's taking these fights on purpose. Now, the bad thing about Saul Poppy is that his stock is... dropped.
Yeah.
He's lost 2 in a row.
Kind of bad, too.
It's over. I mean, he got... the Anthony Taylor loss, yeah, okay, that is what it is. But, the Slim one, he got knocked out.
Yeah.
He got fucking... Which he was winning the majority of that fight, but he got fucking blasted. So Saul Poppy has to win this fight.
Yeah, because they need him to become a star.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Saul... it's probably going to be... If Saul Poppy wins and King Kenny wins, it's going to be Saul Poppy versus King Kenny, I'd imagine. And that will probably be the next big one. Is my guess is that's how it's gonna.
It's a good fight too.
That's how it's gonna turn out. But yeah, I would say that this is actually a really good Misfits card and one that I'm actually interested to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Just because it's familiar faces and guys that we know. And then Misfits 15 is the first women's main event with Elle Brooke main eventing.
The women's crossover boxing are almost my favorite. They go in there and they just
beat the shit out of each other.
Not good technique, but...
No. But Elle is getting better technique.
She's just kind of small compared to everyone she fights.
Yeah, compared to everybody.
Because there's just not that many women crossovers, so she's smaller than a lot of them.
Yeah, and she's she's in those weight classes because she's shorter than everybody, but she's
thicker,
built, muscular-wise, and everybody else that she fights is just that weight because they're taller.
Yeah.
so she has to kind of get inside. That's what makes her fights as entertaining as they are, because she has to get inside and just fucking beat on people. But I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I hope that Misfits, you know, they need a card like this.
Yeah.
Because ever since the Prime card, it's
almost been nothing.
It's been almost 6 months of not. I mean, like, there's been things in them that have been interesting, I guess, but nothing that has, like, drawn you and me back.
Yeah, no.
To, like, want to actually watch it. I mean, I'll just watch it on Twitter.
Isn't it funny how, like, Dylan Danish was, like, the biggest thing for 2 months?
I mean, like...
And then he dropped off.
Like, the interesting thing to me is how Dylan Danish hasn't found his way into your plans to be on one of these cards.
Yeah, he should be.
Like, he made a fucking mockery in the Logan Paul fight, and he looked like a piece of shit, but he sold.
He sold really well.
And he promoted the fight, and it was an interesting... The fight sucked.
If he would have went out there and just fought normally, like... Even if he would have got knocked out, people would still love him.
Well, I'd like to see him against one of these other guys.
Yeah.
Like, Logan's been boxing. Logan's not that great of a boxer.
No, but he's huge.
But he's fucking massive. I would love to see Dylan Danis versus one of these guys, and I would love to see Dylan Danis on one of these cards. He's not, like... If Dylan's going to make money, he's not going to do it. He's never getting in the UFC.
No.
That's not going to happen. Misfits, like, talked about putting on MMA fights.
I feel like that would be hard.
I feel like it would be hard, too. I don't really care about that. I mean, they could do it in, like, the boxing ring.
Yeah.
Because there is, like, MMA promotions that did do
I've seen it, because Khabib used to do it.
Yeah. I think like, even early UFC used to be in a ring. Yeah. Like, super early UFC. I wouldn't mind... I wouldn't mind, like, seeing him... Like, if I'm Mams Taylor...
I would love to see Dylan Danis in a, like, jiu-jitsu or whatever matchup.
Yeah, I just want to see him in a fight in the scene.
Yeah.
Because if you're Mams Taylor and you're trying to, like, build scene and get eyeballs on the scene, sure, he's not, like, very reliable, and he's a giant dickhead, and he, like, that fight, like...
He didn't...
was a mockery. But he also is, like... He knows how to promote. He is at the end of the day, he's not like a pay-per-view blockbuster draw, but he will promote the fight more than these, the YouTubers who should be promoting the fight. That's just the truth. Like, do you know why we haven't really talked about the last 6 Misfits pay-per-views since the Prime card?
They don't promote well.
They fucking haven't promoted jack shit. So I don't know if it's still profitable. I'd imagine it is. Somehow, but like if we want to build up guys, you need to get eyeballs on this.
Yeah,
that's just that is the only way. But we've talked about that to death. But I would love to see Dylan Danis on one of these cards in the future. I would too. That just makes all the sense in the world to me. KSI did say on Twitter that his break is wrapping up and ending. So I think you can probably expect him to be boxing here. My guess is in August. April, May, June, July, 4 months from now, probably. But the problem is, again, you know who it's not going to be against?
That's over.
It's not going to be against Jake.
I think everyone's over that.
I think that it is...
It's kind of past. Like, even if they fought each other, it's like, both have lost.
Well, it's never going to be as big as it was.
Yeah.
But I still think, like, if we got a tweet tomorrow, or if we got a tweet...
Yeah, like they were fighting each other.
Jake Paul versus KSI was happening.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, but
I would still be like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
It's happening. I would be. You and I. We would stream it. It would be a fucking massive thing. They would still sell out Wembley if they wanted to, but like the hype.
Yeah, like before, if one lost, it'd be a way bigger deal.
Yeah, the excitement level has definitely. Like, as soon as KSI lost to Tommy Fury, them not booking that fight right then and there, and then, because that was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Not only that, Tommy Fury hasn't fought in that amount of time. So, like, if KSI is like, okay, I'm going to come back, but I'm going to fight Tommy Fury again, I don't really care to see that.
Yeah. No.
In my opinion, he won the first fight anyway. Like, even in my head, when I think about that fight, I still think about it in my head that he won.
Well, it's just crazy because what was it, like the second round they gave to Tommy? And that was like KSI's most dominant round.
Yeah,
like, what were you watching?
I think they gave him every round but one.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Crazy. I had JJ winning.
And he clearly won like 3 of them or 2 of them.
I had him winning the first, the second, and I believe the last round.
So I think we had a tie, basically.
I believe so, but it would have been 3 rounds to 3 plus the point takeoff for Tommy.
Yeah.
And then it would have been JJ winning in my book. But even if you wanted to be extremely generous to Tommy Fury
4-2,
and say it was 4-2, it still would have been a tie.
Yeah.
But like saying that he lost every round but the first one is not only the biggest like fuck you. It was such a big fuck you that Misfits are officially changing the judging system.
Especially because the second one he obviously won, and I remember that.
It was
like,
just
that was way more clear than the first round.
Yeah, like I know that he lost, but in my head I still think of it like that he won. Now if that fight is 8 rounds, he would have lost.
Yeah,
probably. But I mean, I don't know. And like I saw that Misfits are now trying to do like a new judging system where they're gonna have like a couple different people at a couple different like skill. Like they're gonna have judges. And then they're gonna have like analysts, and then they're gonna let each corner know who won.
I was gonna say after each round they gotta let people know the score.
Yeah, they're gonna let the corners know how the fight's going, and I think that's an interesting concept.
They should do that in all of them.
Well, I think if it's like Misfits is gonna play a lot like the UFL.
Yeah,
they're gonna try new rules and they're gonna try different things and they're gonna see what happens. If it ends up picking up popularity and it's extremely good, I could see that being implemented because we already know that judging is...
Yeah, it's just like...
It's a giant fucking shit show.
Especially in boxing where a loss is such a big deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind... I think like a lot of those issues go away if you maybe even take more than 3 judges. Or you take the judges plus like opinions of... I think they're going to do I think they said they're going to have judges, then they're going to have like people watching the fight in the back on like a camera, and then have them make their opinion on it.
Maybe
and then
get some fans percentage.
Maybe, and then like some other group. I think like there's some different ways that they're going to do about it. But I think they're going to have like 3 different groups of people make an opinion, and then they're going to tally that all up, and the average will be who won that round. And if it's right, like the majority of people thought KSI won the Tommy Fury fight.
Yeah,
I think that's how that would balance out. Now, as far as like the KSI and Jake thing,
screw that.
I mean, I'm just like, I think you and I are at the point where we're just like, we already said we're not gonna fucking sit around and like speculate when this thing's gonna happen. It may never happen. I think that they both want to fight each other. Yeah, but I don't think that either one of them are like now killing each other or
especially
killing.
Now that Jake's getting huge.
Jake's gonna. Oh, and that's another problem.
Yeah,
Jake's gonna be fighting 40 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
Than JJ. Now he's gonna cut back down to 180.
And they were already having problems with the weight, so.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't believe. And if you were to say like, oh, it's KSI versus Jake Paul at 190, I'm good.
Jake's probably gonna win.
Yeah, hard pass. Why? We already saw KSI fight Logan at 190. Yeah. But that was when they were both inexperienced, and you could argue that JJ lost that fight. If you don't like account for the point percentage and the blah 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 and all that, I mean it was that close, and now they both have experience, and it's just I mean these two have been dicking with each other for too long. It's just I'm not vibing with it anymore. If they schedule it, if tomorrow or after if July 21st after Jake knocks out Mike Tyson,
I hope it happens.
It's going to happen. We only hope it happens because of everybody who thinks it's not going to happen. Looking at you, Jacob. If Mike, if it's July 21st and Jake tweets, KSI, Wembley, November, booked, signed, sealed, delivered, 185 pounds.
Dang.
Sign me on the dotted line. JJ fights at 175. 185 pounds rehydration clause for Jake, or 180 pounds no rehydration clause. 8 rounds. I'm in. I mean, it's not even what are we talking about? But, that will never happen. If they do fight, who fucking knows? It seems like the only time it would line up would be, like...
I don't even know.
I mean, November at the earliest.
I shouldn't say that, because I thought Jake was taking his boxing serious, and then he's boxing Mike Tyson now, so...
Well, I mean, you know what's sad? I mean, I've already mentioned it, but you know what's sad about that?
What?
Is that even though that Jake's going to knock him out, and Mike Tyson's 60, they will move him up the rankings for it. You know it.
Yeah. And
they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it would not surprise me if they moved it up so far after he beats Mike Tyson that they would say, you got to beat one more guy and then you can be a fight cruiserweight.
Well, he's just going to get killed if he ever gets that.
I don't disagree with you, but they will move it.
Honestly, a win almost at the same time.
Like, that's why Jake's trying to get it on Tyson's fucking, his pro record.
Yeah. Say he beat Mike Tyson.
Say he beat Mike Tyson.
Don't put the H there.
It's just fucking, like... It's insane to me, but we'll see. If it will happen, who knows? I don't have an answer for you.
Ooh, the NFL.
And now we're here to talk about the NFL draft. Moving on, the NFL draft. I almost want to pull up like a mock draft.
Yeah, I was about to do that too. I mean, we know Caleb Williams is going first, right?
Well, yeah, 100%. NFL 2024 mock draft. So I thought it would be cool if you and I went through the draft order. I'm actually really interested in this year's draft because of how many quarterbacks there are. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, did you see what happened today? A couple hours ago?
No, I don't watch. No, I don't really update football.
Zach Wilson's a Bronco.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
I thought he got traded already.
He just got traded today.
Oh, it's official.
Yeah. So Zach Wilson is now a Bronco. Didn't the Broncos pick up another quarterback?
I thought they did. I mean,
where's Jimmy G? Rams?
I have no idea. Actually, I haven't paid attention, but Zach Wilson on the Broncos, that's just, it's not exciting.
I mean...
Denver, you better watch basketball. Because football ain't it right now.
My still belief is that Zach Wilson just needed to sit under somebody. And I thought he could have been pretty good.
Yeah.
But, what's exciting to this trade to me is that the Broncos clearly believe that Zach Wilson's good enough to just keep them going for a little bit. If they didn't get another quarterback, I don't recall if they did or not in free agency or traded for one or whatever. They got rid of Russell.
Yeah.
As far as all the free agent young quarterbacks out there, Zach Wilson's probably up there.
Yeah, because he can play good. But.
Yeah, he's capable of it. So that makes sense to me. But what's so interesting to this draft with me is that there's so many teams.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of quarterbacks and there's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks. And with the Zach Wilson trade, what's also super interesting to me is that says to the Jets, or if you're looking at the Jets' perspective, Aaron Rodgers is going to be our quarterback for a very long time.
Yeah.
Moving on. We don't need a backup. Or we have a backup, we don't need it.
They honestly should draft a young one, kind of so he could do what he did with Jordan Love.
I agree. However, they don't have a second pick this year, and this first pick is going to be used to pick up Brock Bowers, the tight end, or an offensive lineman. It just won't be a quarterback. Now, if there's a quarterback that's still somehow alive in the third round, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
But it would be one that didn't practice in the combine and is kind of low down in there. A Bo Nix maybe, if he's in there.
Yeah. So I'm looking at all the quarterbacks.
What? The Raiders need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Can you Google who the Raiders quarterback is?
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna literally go with that O'Connell kid still. He's not bad.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell. I guess he's young. They also signed Gardner Minshew. He wasn't terrible, but
That's a backup, though.
yeah.
Yeah, Matt Ryan retired.
They might be trying to get the guy from South Carolina. I see a picture.
Who's that? Who's from South Carolina?
It's like some rattle guy. I recognize him, but
Quarterback?
yeah, that's what I see from the picture, but I haven't read the article. Yeah, Spencer Radler.
Well, let's just go through it.
Yeah.
So first thing in the draft is the Bears.
Yeah.
They're going to get Caleb Williams.
Yeah, easily.
We're pretty confident about
Yeah.
We're pretty confident about that one. Washington Commanders, everybody have them picking up Jaden Daniels.
Is that the guy from LSU?
Yep, he's the LSU quarterback. That makes sense too. Now, what's going to be funny is when all these teams pick up a rookie quarterback out of the draft and the rookie quarterback doesn't perform well because you can't
just throw him.
Because you can't just throw in a fucking quarterback into the NFL and expect him
especially
to be,
on a team that did terrible last year.
Yeah, this is like we literally can't stress this enough.
You got to have him sit.
These are anomalies. Joe Burrow, it took him time. Patrick Mahomes, he sat. Josh Allen took time. Aaron Rodgers sat. Who's the fucking Texans? C.J. Stroud?
Yeah, he's
anomaly.
Yeah,
he's an anomaly. That doesn't just happen. Like that doesn't just happen out of nowhere. Jordan Love had to sit. It's okay to sit your quarterback. And why more teams aren't like coming up with this method is crazy to me. Mm-hmm. Now the Bears like picking up Caleb Williams. That makes sense because if you were going to keep Justin Fields around, that contract was going to be hellacious.
Yeah.
And like everybody keeps saying how much of a generational talent Caleb Williams could be. And, you know, if you're the Bears, just fucking take a chance. Try it. If it pans out, fantastic. If it doesn't, you're the Bears. You know, you've been eating shit for a while now.
What's going to happen? You got Detroit and Green Bay in your league.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Bears were killing it this year in free agency.
Yeah, they did.
Picking up Keenan Allen and fucking picked up a running back too, right?
I can't.
They picked up Swift, DeAndre Swift.
They might have. We've talked about football like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. New England Patriots, Drake May.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. I actually really like Drake May.
Yeah.
The Cardinals picking up Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, I got that too. Who's their quarterback? They still got Kyler Murray.
I think they're gonna roll with Kyler Murray.
I mean, that dude's good. Like.
I mean,
you're not gonna draft anyone better than him.
No, you pay all that money.
Especially at that.
Yeah, I mean, you pay all that money for, you know, a quarterback. I mean, maybe they picked up like a backup in free agency. I can't remember, just to like add some competition there. Vikings need a quarterback. They're gonna pick up J.J. McCarthy.
I like J.J. I remember watching him at Michigan.
I like J.J. McCarthy too. A lot of people say that he's not good.
Yeah,
that he's just like a system, Zach Wilson
well, that's
quarterback.
Kind of the problem. Like when you go to Alabama, Georgia, like those receivers just get open so well that you don't know how good they are.
Well, he played for Michigan.
Yeah, but Michigan was stacked.
Yeah, and they had one of the greatest fucking coaches in the last decade. But I still like J.J. McCarthy. I still think there's some things to do there. New York Giants. Some people had them taking a quarterback.
Yeah, with Daniel Jones' contract.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
Dude, like, you just gave him $250 million.
Yeah. He got hurt last year. Let's give him another
Let's just play him a year and see what happens. I understand, like, the notion of, like, let's get a backup quarterback.
I'm excited to watch Philly this year. I know it's off topic, but see what they're like.
Yeah, so am I. They did some stuff didn't they grab Ezekiel Elliott?
I mean, not like, man, that guy sucks now.
I don't know if it was Ezekiel Elliott. It was,
No, it was someone else. It might have been. No.
Oh, it was fucking...
Barkley.
Yeah, it was Saquon. It was Saquon Barkley.
I get that.
That's pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Only they still had Kelsey.
The Bears have the 7th spot, too. They're going to pick up Rome, who's, like, one of the best wide receivers in the draft. That probably makes sense. So the Bears are going to be pretty fucking stacked, to be fair. Atlanta's going to pick up a wide receiver, probably according to this mock draft.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any more quarterbacks besides like.
The only other one I can
pick.
really think of is like Bo Nix.
Yeah. Did we not say him yet? I think we're on a different one. I've been on 2 different ones.
No, I'm looking like some mock draft.
Yeah, some of these are different.
Yeah, some
Bo
people.
Nix from Oregon.
New York Jets. This mock draft has them picking up an offensive lineman.
That's good.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to pick up Brock Bowers, who's the tight end.
Huh.
Who's like a really, really good tight end.
Where's he from? I feel like I've heard that name. Is it Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew I recognized it.
Yep, Georgia tight end Brock Bowers, and if like picking up a rookie offensive lineman.
They're just not
The
strong.
Jets. So Joe Douglas with the Jets has cooked unbelievably in this free agency. Unbelievable. He like it's the Jets, so like the chance of this going tits up in the season is incredibly high still.
There's a dark horse though in that.
They
the
should
AFC.
like I had an argument about this on fucking Saturday. I was like, they're gonna be really, really good.
Well,
because hypothetically they should be really that fucking team.
They can be like they could go all the way, but I could see them also sucking.
But if they suck, how? Like he got fucking 2 insane offensive lineman players in free agency. I think he got 2 Ravens and a Cowboy to fix the offensive line. Mm-hmm. David Bakhtiari is still out there. There is no way he's not going to be a Jet.
Yeah.
And David Bakhtiari, when healthy, that's a big win because he hasn't been healthy in like 3 years. But when healthy is the best player in that position. They picked up the Chargers backup wide receiver. So now you have protection for Aaron Rodgers, and then you have somebody behind Garrett Wilson and Allen Lazard's around. I know a lot of people like to shit on Allen Lazard, but like
he's good.
I think Allen Lazard's good in my opinion. I just think that was a Zach Wilson problem.
Yeah.
Tyler Conklin's a pretty good tight end. Adding Brock Bowers, that's a great weapon. Breece Hall.
Yeah, he's good.
And then for the first time, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a top 10 defense.
That's what I was going to say. I think like the Jets got to. I know you're focused on the offense there, but I think their defense has to be the best part of it.
The defense is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I had an argument with my dad yesterday where he said that the Jets have probably one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Oh, easily.
And he shit on me because they lost all the time. And I was like,
it's not their fault.
I was like, they've been on the field the entire fucking game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Of course they're not going to be.
Zach Wilson going 3 and out.
Yeah, of course they're not going to be stat packed. Do you know why Sauce Gardner wasn't stat packed this year? Because nobody's going to throw the fucking ball his way. Because he's still the best corner in football.
That's what sucks about being a cornerback is they'll only throw your way if you fuck up.
Dude, Sauce Gardner is fucking believable. So Joe Douglas, like everything is right. The quarterback's right. The fucking offensive line. On paper, if he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And if he is still capable of playing at a high level, I think he is. I think he is.
Especially now that he's had time to fully recover.
Yeah. I mean, like, am I expecting Aaron Rodgers to go in there and play like 2020 Aaron Rodgers or 2021?
He'll probably suck the first like few games.
Yeah, he'll have to adjust into it.
Yeah.
But like he's at OTAs this week. He's fucking.
Yeah, you sent me that.
Yeah, he's at OTA. He's been at OTAs all week. Breece Hall's at OTAs. Garrett Wilson's at OTAs. Sauce Gardner's at OTAs. This is a team that like wants to win.
Yeah.
And all the problems that they had last year, Joe Douglas, the GM, who's a very unbelievably competent GM, went in and said, okay, we got to fix the offensive line. We got to get a backup wide receiver for Garrett Wilson, a competent backup wide receiver for Garrett Wilson, and we have to figure out the tight end issue.
I just can't believe it. I mean, looking back on it, 4 plays into the season, and it was over.
Crazy. And that's why they're either going to be really good or they're going to be shit because they'll either because he could tear his ACL.
With that defense, that defense can win them a couple games alone.
I agree. I think that they would have been 10 and fucking. They would have been 10 and 7 this year if Rodgers played.
At least.
And that's with the issues. That's with the bad offensive line. That's what I could have seen like a 9 and 8, or I think it would have been 10 and 7. Like there's games in there that Aaron would have made the difference up for.
I think their division's getting easier, too. I think Miami, people are figuring out Miami.
Miami aren't going to be any better.
Yeah, I think people realize they just throw deep. You got the Patriots, they'll struggle with their quarterback.
They're going to have a rookie quarterback. And then
you got the Bills. The
Bills just got significantly worse.
I don't know about that. I think
they got worse.
I mean, we'll have to see.
Like, they still have Josh Allen. They're still the best team in that division.
Like, even if Diggs isn't catching the ball, the defense is focused on him, so we'll have to see what it's like without him there. And they lost some other receivers, but...
I guess. I mean,
sometimes it's almost harder to guard when you don't know who is the number one. But
like I said, they're either going to be really good or it's the Jets and Aaron Rodgers will tear his ACL in the first week, and then it'll just be that. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So... I have the Jets picking up a tight end.
Yeah.
The Chargers, everything, like they need to pick up everything because Harbaugh walked in and was like, we're going to just start.
Except
he literally goes, besides the quarterback, we're going to restart.
Yeah.
Dude, he gutted that fucking team.
That.
Gutted it. Nobody's there anymore. If you're fucking Justin Herbert, you're like...
I've seen the meme. I forgot what the one dude, but he's just standing in the living room.
Oh, yeah, fucking... like, dude, if you're Justin Herbert, aren't you pissed? Like, you trust Harbaugh?
I feel like, though, before signing him, they discussed that. Like, Justin Herbert has to be in on the plan because he's their franchise player.
So. Well, Harbaugh, like, is very hell-bent on keeping Justin Herbert. Of course.
Yeah.
And I would imagine, like, he probably went in. He was like, I gotta be honest. You're not going to want to check Twitter. Because a lot...
Keep your notifications off.
You're not going to see anyone at OTAs.
Be prepared to be social on training day.
It's just going to be, like, at OTAs this year, it's just Justin Herbert. Because they don't...
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Justin.
They don't have any other fucking players there. So it's literally just Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh throwing the ball back and forth at OTAs. Because they gutted the whole fucking team. Running back's gone. All the wide receiver, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like half of the wide receiver roster is gone.
Yeah.
Insane to me. I don't get it, but clearly they're like, we're gonna rebuild for a bit.
Well, they do have an easy division. I mean, they have the Chiefs, but I don't think the Broncos are good or the Raiders.
The Broncos are gonna be insane. They just picked up a phenomenal franchise quarterback.
Oh, okay.
In Zach Wilson. No, like I don't know what the Chargers are doing, but you know, like offensive line, sure.
Yeah.
Broncos offensive line. I mean, this have them picking up Brock Bowers. Whatever. Raiders are gonna pick up a cornerback. Maybe hungry. With Max Crosby and Christian Wilson or Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
I mean, that defense is a lot better. Pass rush is pretty great these days. Saints are going to pick up a tackle. That makes sense. Colts pick up an edge. Seahawks offensive line, sure. Jags wide receiver, 1,000,000%. The Jags should trade every player they have for draft capital. Because Jesus Christ. Bengals defensive tackle. That makes sense. Sure.
I guess.
It seems like T. Higgins is going to play this year.
And I'm excited for football.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I saw an ad the other day. I was like, man, I already miss it.
I miss it too.
I mean, I don't miss watching the Chiefs do their thing. I think we said it though. Like we knew basically a month before the Chiefs were going to win.
I mean, I'm like everybody like. I get into arguments about it with my parents or with my dad, and like everybody like about it, because like they don't know football.
Yeah, people just don't realize the regular season is not the playoffs.
Like I had an argument with my dad on Saturday where I said you have to be a special quarterback. It's the same argument you and I had, like not had, but we're talking about on the show. Now the good thing is that every prediction, everything we've ever gotten right, whenever we said that the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl, the night after Burrow tore his wrist, we said the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl. Do you know what happened? They won. And it wasn't like...
We were surprised.
We weren't surprised at all. The good news is we're on fucking tape saying that was going to happen. That episode, I could go back and find it. Joe Burrow was the fucking thumbnail.
Yeah.
like I told my dad, I go, you have to be a special caliber player to beat a special caliber player, or you have to be a special quarterback to beat a special quarterback. So I said the only quarterback who's capable of beating Patrick Mahomes
is Joe Burrow.
Is Joe Burrow or Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I will, and one of them is gone.
Yeah. And there's really no other one.
And he goes, that's bullshit. There are a bunch of special quarterbacks who have won the there are a bunch of not special quarterbacks who have already won the Super Bowl. And I was like, that's not the argument.
I mean, you look back, so the Chiefs won the last two, then the Rams. Matthew Stafford, I know I say it a lot. He's a
dog.
He's one of the most underrated quarterbacks just because most of his career was in Detroit.
Yo, dude, Matthew Stafford's insane.
Yeah. I don't even remember before that.
But my dad is now a firm believer that, like, Joe Burrow's not a good quarterback. And, like, that's not an unpopular opinion anymore.
Yeah, people just forget.
People are saying, it's like you have fucking Asperger's.
I think the thing about Joe Burrow is he's not flashy. Like, you look at Lamar Jackson or, like, Josh Allen can throw the ball. Like, Joe Burrow's just going to go in there and make the simple pass and win the game. He's going to
surgically tear you apart. You know who does that? Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Tom Brady did that too.
Tom Brady. It is. We have to be honest. Like, football, like, sports fans have short-term memory loss.
Yeah.
And just because Burrow has an injury problem and got hurt this year, we forget about.
Yeah, recent. It's like recent bias.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's not an unpopular opinion now.
I know.
To say Joe Burrow sucks.
Well, the problem with Joe Burrow is, like, the first 6 weeks, he's always coming back, and he was injured in the offseason. So people see that, but he was getting on fire.
And he was playing with a torn calf.
Let's not forget the game before he got hurt. He fucking routed Josh Allen again. Yeah.
Yeah,
they were turning that corner.
They were literally going to win every game after that. I believe they were beating the Ravens in the game that he got hurt. Or he was storming down the fucking field to win.
And the Ravens were good this year.
So, like, we can't have you have to take a full picture of everything. You just have to. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be accurate at assessing what's going to happen in the season, and you and I, to our credit, have been pretty accurate about predicting what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we're taking a larger sample size.
And you just got to know, like I said, the regular season is not the playoffs.
No, you can't be, like, our best predictions were easily when we said the Chiefs were going to win.
Yeah. My worst one was saying I thought the Eagles were going to be better, but
that's not our fault.
Yeah,
let's
go 11-1 or 11-0, whatever they were, and let's just lose the rest of the games.
And they were cooking the first half of the season.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened there. I still don't know what happened.
I was wrong on that one. I thought Jalen Hurts was up there, top 3, but
my favorite prediction I got this year was that I said that the Packers are going to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, you did. They didn't just beat them.
Beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
That made me so happy that I got that right. I was like, oh my God. I was in Mexico when that game was going on. I talked so much fucking shit. I think I predicted all the playoffs up until.
Yeah, I remember. You did. Maybe Detroit losing.
I think I said Detroit was gonna win, but I thought they were gonna win easier. Or no, I don't remember. I think I said Detroit was gonna win because I went back and forth with Bob.
Yeah.
About that, but our best prediction easily was saying the Chiefs were gonna win.
Yeah, we really weren't excited about the playoffs.
No, I mean, because all of my favorite players went down, and then it was like, now what do we have to watch? I mean, the Packers picked up, and that was exciting.
Yeah,
but they weren't exciting at the time when Burrow got hurt. So, Dolphins defensive tackle, sure. Think they're gonna roll with Tua again?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think this is his last season, but.
Okay, fool me once.
Fool enough.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's.
By the way, another prediction we got right.
Well, you got that one right. I was wrong.
Oh wait, was that it? Was that the one where I said Miami was going to get? Well, I think you and I both picked the Chiefs to beat Miami in the playoffs.
Yeah, because you were. It was Baker Mayfield, maybe we were.
Oh, it was I said I would rather take Baker than Tua.
And I was like, no way. And then I actually watched.
I think you were on my side with that.
Not at first. I wasn't at first, and then I watched, and I was like, okay, we got to switch it up, and then that's...
Yeah, I said that Tua is not capable. He's not. I'm a firm believer you put Baker Mayfield on that Miami team.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Throwing a Tyreek Hill is
Dude,
just...
insane. Packers going to pick an offensive line player. Sure.
All right.
They can pick up whoever. They're good. They're good to go. It's fine.
They need to show up to the draft.
Yeah, no. They're fine. Buccaneers, cornerback, sure. Cardinals via the Texans, going to pick up an edge rusher, sure. Buffalo, wide receiver. They're going to need it. They're going to have Bo Nix falling to the second round.
I didn't see him on there. But I feel like I've seen another projection where he was up high.
I think that some people are kind of... I mean, this guy is J.J. McCarthy getting picked up by the Raiders.
Yeah, this one has... Well, I guess that's Oregon, that's why.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it would make no sense to me. Oh, but they have Minnesota not. I think this one has...
Vikings trade... Oh, well, that's February.
I think they have this one has the Raiders trading up with the Vikings and picking J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
Both teams need a quarterback, though. So, I mean, I would rather have J.J. McCarthy than Bo Nix.
I mean, we'll have to see.
But if you're like Minnesota and it doesn't, no matter what, these teams know that they're going to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
There's too many teams that need a quarterback, and there's too many teams that, there's too many quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So no matter what, I would rather have J.J. McCarthy than Bo Nix, but I'm interested to see where they go, basically.
Yeah.
So that's draft. Let us know what you think about the draft. It's this Thursday. I'm actually very excited.
Oh.
I think it's Thursday. Might be Wednesday.
That sounds right.
I'm very interested in the draft because, this draft just seems like a lot. I thought last year's draft was pretty interesting.
Yeah, no.
But this one...
Not compared to this one.
No, this one's pretty big. So yeah, that's the draft. Let's close this out, shall we?
Yeah.
With the big one. What a fight!
Did you watch it live?
I did. I watched the whole fight between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney.
I'm gonna say I'm shocked.
Okay. Listen. There's some things to look at here. So clearly, the Ryan Garcia, mental breakdown thing, that's an act. I think you and I can both.
I think
he clearly looked like he was in training camp.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He was sharp.
He's just crazy.
He was good to go. I don't think he's actually out of his mind.
No.
I think that he's playing a character.
Yeah.
And he wants people to believe he's out of his mind. But he was in training camp. He was he's huge.
Yeah, he looked a lot bigger.
And it's because last time we saw him fight Gervonta Davis, who Gervonta Davis drained the fuck out of him and put a rehydration clause on him.
It was a huge difference.
And if you know why that happened, it was because Tank trains under Floyd Mayweather, who notoriously did that.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ryan Garcia versus Tank again with no rehydration clause.
I don't think it changes, though. I think Tank
would still win.
Easily. Right.
But I think with no rehydration clause that there is room.
Oh, yeah,
it would be closer.
Ryan Garcia could take better hits.
Yes, that body shot would not be as big of a... it could still easily, but I don't think it would be as big of a deal.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the fight. I had Devin winning the majority of the first couple rounds.
Yeah, it was going how I thought it would go.
It was Devin kind of picking him a little bit, and then what Devin wasn't doing, he was not throwing body shots.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are we not throwing body shots? But also Ryan looked so much bigger in this fight. And then Devin gets knocked down for the first time ever.
Yeah.
And he gets knocked down again.
Yeah, they should have called that way earlier. They should have they should have called it,
After, I would say he was fine after the first knockdown.
I'm saying the third, because he was
in trouble.
Yeah.
It seemed like every time he got knocked down, he recovered.
Yeah.
Though, Like, did he? I don't think he got knocked down twice in the same round though. I think he got knocked down. I think he got knocked down
twice in one round.
I think he did.
No.
I think he got knocked down in the last round.
You know what it was? Is Ryan Garcia kept. Well, the rest said it was a push. Like, so he fell to the ground like 3 different.
Well, yeah, but it didn't. It was a stumble or a push or whatever. It was a really great fight.
Yeah, well, it was exciting because.
Yeah, and Ryan Garcia's stock just shot up, dude. I mean, was it to you that Ryan won the fight, or is it Devin lost it? And you know what I mean by that.
I think it was more Devin lost it because, like, to me, Ryan Garcia didn't prove anything. He's still that one-hit guy.
It was
the left hook.
The left hook is...
He throws it like crazy. That's why I think if he fought Tank Davis, it wouldn't be much difference.
And you could tell in this fight still that I think, was all the knockdowns from the left hook?
Yeah, I think it was. There might have been one right, but, like, majority of the knockdowns were left hooks. And even, like, the first round when he didn't knock him and he stunned him in, like, the first minute.
Yeah.
I mean, left hook.
Ryan loves the left hook.
Like, you got to know he's going to throw it.
Yeah, it's his bread and butter punch, dude. I mean, it wasn't, like... Because I thought the Tank was kind of running away with this thing. Yeah, I had him up, like... I was at a restaurant watching the fight.
Well, I think like the first 5 or 6 rounds, like, Haney was up 5-1.
I had it like 4-2, 5-1.
Yeah.
And I asked the bartender for a napkin and a piece of paper, or a napkin and a pen, and he ended up just printing. I know the bartender, and he printed out the fucking, like, just grabbed some receipt paper and gave it to me. So, like, throughout each round, I was like writing, and I was pretty sure I had Ryan winning round 1. And then I had Devin winning like 2, 3, 4. I could be totally wrong. I'm not like something like that.
It's like the first 5.
And then Ryan knocked him down. And first time he's been knocked down ever. And I was like, fuck
and
me.
Changed.
And then Haney started coming back a little bit. Ryan knocked him down. Haney started coming back a little bit. Ryan knocked him down. And then I had, at the end of the day, I think I had Ryan winning by like 2 points. After
it was such a
for
all the knockdowns, it was a close fight. Like, scorecards, I didn't know who was going to win.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say you could say Ryan beat the shit out of Haney because he knocked him down. But the majority of the fight, Haney was winning.
Yeah.
But if you're basing, and I think Ryan wins fair and square, not taking anything away from Ryan Garcia at all. I'm just saying, in the grand scheme of things,
boxing, scoring.
Tank won more rounds.
Haney, yeah.
Or Haney won more rounds. But Ryan is, the left hook was crazy.
He's also so, it's not that he was also so big, he's so quick.
Oh, he's so
when you add the size plus that speed.
It just seemed like he was a lot bigger than Haney.
He looked like he was 15 pounds bigger than when he fought.
It probably was.
Yeah,
they drained.
Yeah.
Tank drained him a significant amount, and then told him he couldn't rehydrate.
His whole back, and it was just crazy.
Dude, he was jacked. And Ryan, so the Ryan thing, coming 3 pounds overweight is bullshit.
Yeah.
There's absolutely
it's
no
such a
excuse.
shame because
there's absolutely no excuse for it. Even if you were to say I'll just pay the fucking $1 million, $1.5 million fine, so I can fight overweight. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's just.
And then chugging a beer in the face off.
Yeah, he's not. He lacks that, but at the same time though. I think
at the same time that's just a character.
Yeah, it almost brings more viewers in to watch him, so he's gonna make more money. So it's
if he was who he was portraying himself as, someone who wasn't training and that's why he was overweight,
he would have lost his fight.
He would have gotten the shit kicked out of him.
They went all 12 rounds, and he didn't look that tired.
No, so you could tell he was clearly in camp. He was clearly focused on this fight.
Yeah,
you have to respect Ryan Garcia for some capacity.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
To
First of all, anyone who steps in that boxing ring.
Oh yeah, no.
Just
I'm saying it from the fact that Ryan Garcia is the only boxer out there who's willing to take the big fights on
and willing to lose
now.
Yeah.
He fought Tank, and then Devin Haney back to back.
Well, he fought someone in
Or he fought somebody in between, but Devin
I
Haney.
forgot the guy's name, but you saw the shoulder roll. I remember telling you I watched him do the fight there. That shoulder roll's funny.
Oh, dude.
It's not.
He. So you have to respect Ryan Garcia. He's not going to run from these guys. And I think what happens next, I have no idea.
I would love for him to run it back. Like, I would like a rematch of that one.
I'd be cool with that.
Because like if he doesn't clip Haney,
who knows?
he probably loses.
Yeah, I would be 100% fine if they decide to run it back. I think Ryan says to himself, I want Tank Davis again, but I'd want it without a rehydration clause.
They had to. That one has to happen too.
Yeah, that would make sense to me as well. If I'm Sugar Sean O'Malley, I'm thinking to myself,
Dude,
I'm good.
I hate when UFC fighters.
Oh, dude.
But I also hate it when boxers think they're going to come into the UFC. It's like
They brought it.
they're two different things.
He brought it up. Like Sean O'Malley. Did you see Sean brought it up?
Yeah, I saw.
He said that he thinks that he's gonna have 2 more big fights, and then the UFC will let him fight Ryan Garcia. You are going to fucking die.
Yeah, boxing.
I love you, Sean.
Yeah, and
Let's call it what it is.
You're a great striker, but
Dude, this is a completely different.
it's a different. Yeah,
This is a different world. Conor never, we could say the Conor and Floyd thing. It's not. That's not a fair argument, because Floyd's the greatest boxer ever.
And yeah, but that one almost works out just because Floyd is not a knockout artist,
Yeah.
So McGregor could go in there and box for 10
And then
rounds.
Sean's rebuttal to that is, oh, look what Ngannou did to Fury. Those are heavyweights.
Yeah.
Look what happened when Fury ran into a skilled boxer heavyweight who could punch as hard as him. So now Garcia hits harder than Sean.
Oh,
1,000,000% he hits harder
he's
than
going
Sean
to be
O'Malley.
quicker, more accurate, it's in punching.
It's not even going to be in the same world.
No.
I mean, I love Sean O'Malley. This is no disrespect to Sean O'Malley.
Because if Ryan Garcia went to UFC,
He would
Ryan
kill him.
Garcia.
He would fucking.
But it same goes the other way.
But it's just not a fair. Maybe Sean in 2 years becomes so phenomenal.
No.
I think of the one fight that I've seen, Ela Topuria fight, I think he could be a really good boxer.
Yeah, because he's got that good stance up here.
His defense is so crisp.
He doesn't leave any openings.
Do you know who leaves a lot of openings?
Sean O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
And you know where that left hook is going to be? Right in his fucking mouth, dude. Over and over. Actually, not even over and over. You get blasted with that thing once. Devin Haney's a professional.
Now, I could see that fight happening, though. Sean O'Malley versus Ryan Garcia.
In a few years, I could see it happen.
Yeah, just because Ryan Garcia, like we said, he'll fight anyone.
Yeah, it would not surprise me in a few years if that happens. If Sean O'Malley's stock continues to rise again,
He's got to beat Merab.
He said he was even Sean was the UFC aren't going to let me do it unless my stock rises to a level where they say it's going to make enough money to justify it.
That's why you almost wish he knocked out Cheeto.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in that though. I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
It'd be fun to watch.
I would watch it.
Because Sean O'Malley is a really good striker, but he has kicks.
Yeah, let's see what. To be fair, in O'Malley's credit, I've never seen him just box.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't have to worry about everything else.
I just feel like he does all the switch stances, which I feel like boxers, they don't switch stances, right?
Very few.
Yeah, you don't really see it.
Yeah, it's not really a.
And that's one of his big things.
Yeah, I think to Sean's credit, I haven't seen him with just boxing gloves. But in fairness, we've seen this movie before, and the ending did not change.
Yeah, and the only fight that's really ever been close is, I guess Anderson Silva going over.
Now that is something to look at. That is actually in Sean's credit.
And Fury.
Anderson Silva did beat Julio Chavez Jr. I believe that's his name. Mm-hmm. Who's a legit boxer.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of though.
And Anderson was actually a really good boxer. That, to Sean's credit, that is true. And I can't take that away. However, what I will say is Chavez was at the end of his career, I believe his name is Chavez, was at the end of his career, had a drug problem, and
Yeah, maybe didn't.
and really lost that fight more than Anderson Silva won it. But Anderson Silva's still a really good boxer. I'm not taking that away. But still, like, got beat by Jake.
Dropped.
Yeah, and I would argue that Jake would beat Chavez Jr. as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's actually... I'm actually surprised that fight never... I don't know what Julio Chavez Jr. is. I think that's his name. I can't... I don't know what he's up to today, but that fight actually a few years ago would have made... Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Yeah. That would have made a lot of sense to me. He's only 38 years old. Yeah, dude. I think he just fought, too. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that's interesting to me. But anyways, we got to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
It's probably a long episode.
Hour,
something like that. We got this dialed down to a science now. This is episode 75.
Where's your laptop? We don't got the timer.
Yeah, whatever. We never even used the timer anyway.
That's almost a distraction.
Yeah, and I didn't want to unplug it. I was too lazy. We're episode 75.
Are we?
Yeah.
Awesome.
3/4.
Yes. Can't wait till episode 99. That's when my contract expires.
That's when my contract expires.
I said 99.
Yeah, it's going to be... Welcome to Forever Talking. It's my commentating partner and co-host, John. For episode 100. And then I'm just going to be like...
It's going to be like UFC 300.
Yeah, it's gonna be almost good enough.
You're versus Jamal Hill.
It's gonna be almost good enough.
John, it's nothing against you. It's just if you would have came on 1-on-1, a little different.
Yeah, I mean, I love you, Jeff. But Nick and I got this down to a sweet science, you know? All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up.
We should have brought him on.
I was thinking about
For
it.
NHL predictions.
I was thinking about it while we were golfing. But
yeah, he doesn't know anything about this stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't want. But like, he's gonna drive to Wentzville, and it was just.
Oh yeah.
I guess we could have gotten him on camera, but also I didn't want to be on camera again 2 episodes in a row. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, adios, bye bye.